Okay, I got a ring light. I'm learning how to use it, so let's do this. First hair, we'll ignore that. This is my Leda, I think it's a large sketchbook, and this is a sticker from Buy Bun. This is a picture I took when we went to Michigan after I finished my first round of treatment, and washi tape. Oh dear. Okay, what is this? List of things I want to do. Merry Fishmas. Some preliminary holiday card sketches from a couple years ago. I still like, well, I like both of them, but I like the way the dress reflects the Thanksgiving and a pomegranate. Failed holiday card number 1. Irony, I made holiday cards and I only have 2 left because I sold them all. A tree, kitty cat, before enlightenment pie, after enlightenment pie, unicorn, my little Buddha man or meditating person, and my mantra from Javi when I get overwhelmed because things are similar to what happened in the past and it's now is not then, and you list what ways or things are different. This is a watercolor sketch from the Franklin Park Conservatory down in the palm room, and a cicada from the 17-year cicadas a few years ago, and that's a sprocket paint print. Here's the fountain at the conservatory. Here I just scraped some paint on and then did some drawings and a little bit of imagination and then a little bit of what's in front of me. You see it's November 29th, 2018. This part's writing. It's private. Shh. Little giraffe, little arches, crowns. I've liked crowns for almost 30 years and sometimes they show up in my work. Bird, and these are painted papers I made in a class with Carla Sondheim. Dar something was her name. I'll have to get back to you on that. Maybe I'll put it in the comments. Pencil sketches. I got some new crayons and sketches. Picture of my snowflake and some mushroom stickers I got from a Japanese store. More scraped paint. Lady looking off in the distance with the moon. Yeah, keep my hands out. A little sketch of some fish. Fish that turned into a tiger lady, or a tiger lady that turned into a fish. Looking at it, it looks like she was wearing a face mask. Ha, more irony. And I love this unicorn washi tape. More sketches. Practicing my hand drawing. And this kind of looks like an angel to me, and I always like stars in hair or in a outlined item, silhouette. More playing with the painted paper. And this turned into a larger elephant collage painting. Messing with some charcoal pencils. Oh hi! Another angel with the I love you hand. Little rabbits I cut out of a magazine, I think maybe Mantra. And more of my painted paper with some ink in the background. Oh hi! Rock and roll! And he's a doll. You see his joints there. Made up jar with a tissue box. Some more sketches of faces and other things. Oh, I like my dancing kitty, he's fun. And she's talking to the bird. And this one started as pencil and then I went back into it with some watercolor. More sketches. Moon. Keep trying to get my faces more 3-dimensional and realistic, but I am not quite there yet, and part of me is learning to accept that maybe this is my style. Flowers and some metallic watercolors that are really cool. I mixed up the set, but it's all these, and then this is a loose one I got at Blick, and this is a Daniel Smith watercolor stick I got in an Art Snacks box over the summer. But those metal watercolors, they just lay down like liquid gold. They're so fun. Some sketches of things I like. And this one, I believe we may have had some leakage through the paper from the other side. Let's look at the big ink. This is pretty good paper though. It takes almost everything I throw at it. I haven't used alcohol markers on it so much. Some feet, more crowns, rock or love you hand, reaching hands. It's like a Neil Diamond song. Saying hi to my flowers in the garden. And I think this is patches, and I did a silhouette, and then I filled in the outside with the spirals. For a little while we had this wonderful event called Creative Mornings, and it was the last Friday of the month, and so you went and you learned something from an artist, or the one talk was an explorer who took tours to the Mount Everest, and she showed us pictures from the tours and the details of what it took if you wanted to climb Mount Everest. And I'm not sure if this was Josh Antonuccio, but a local professor and artist, he gave a talk too. Oh yeah, it was Josh Antonuccio, because I kept sketching him as he walked on the stage. And it was really fun. I'm sorry that it had to go away. You can do it virtually, but I never remember what time the events are. And here I thought, paintings of luxury items for people who want these items but can't afford them. And I wonder what the copyright would be on that type of thing. So I paint you a Lamborghini or a fancy refrigerator, and it would cost a lot less. More sketches, and I got the purple marker from an Art Snacks, so I was laying in with the cross-hatching. And a little kitty in the clouds on a swing holding a jar of fireflies. I've done a couple of iterations of her. I don't think I'm done yet. My bird page, and this bird just showed up, and he's talking to the cat, and there's a line from a White Stripes song, and I'm not sure this is exactly, but I can tell that we are going to be friends. And hugging birds and visiting birds, and then the hands on the hips, what three, call you by your three names, bird, if you have a middle name. More, this is with the Pentel brush pen. I really like the pieces I make with this pen. Eventually I'll make them on loose paper so they can maybe go find new homes. Kitchen table, the knife. I don't know what I was thinking when I drew it. Doesn't matter, it's still cool. A meditating cat person with the sun and the moon, a spatula and the whisk. And you can see the sketches in the back that I had done with, I think they're pencils that come with a lot of different leads. I think it's Papermate, and they're really cool, and they're really affordable and portable. A curling rock, a werewolf hand. I guess that's kind of an exorcist thing, isn't it? And there's another cat woman. And another cat, dog, donkey woman with a bird friend and the cards with symbols. Oh, here's Batman. I did the scraping of the paints. This bright pink is Opera from Hobian, and I think the other paints are from Golden. And I've used Golden for 30 years now. It's really good paint. I have 30-year-old paint that still works, so it stays good. Some other paints don't do that. Snail, that might be when the snail started showing up. More hands, another angel woman with flowers. Ooh, a cat woman with her friend the fox and her little talisman necklace under the moon. I like red hair. Hands, forks, I don't know, it was fun. More women. A car driving through a garden, I think. Faces on vases. Ooh, hey, that rhymes. And I know people look at my work and say, oh, you're so good and you get to do it all the time. And I do. And I have ideas. And looking at old sketchbooks and things, I'm like, wow, I made some good stuff. Why do I always beat myself up in my head? So I'm working on that. I'm working on better self-talk because this is apparently my style and it's cool. And there's another kitty. I made a lot of kitties in quilts about 20 years ago, and people would ask me if I had a cat, and I was like, no, my husband's a dog person. But my mom died 7 years ago, and that summer this little black kitty showed up on our porch, and I didn't want to take him in because I was still hurting so bad from my mom dying. And he stuck around, and I finally gave in, and he's my best friend. And since then, we've added 6 more kitties. Most of them show up on our porch. I hope we're not kidnapping other people's kitties, but I suspect most all of them are people moved and left their kitties. And we've had a couple die, and it's sad, but kitties are wonderful, and it's funny because I still put them in my art, but now I can say, yes, I have kitties. Simple sketch. And this is a nice size too because it gives you enough to fill out a narrative, but not so much that you feel overwhelmed. And I will show you in another video. I've been taking lucky drawing classes with Susan Shy over on Facebook, and she wants you to work in an 11 by 14 sketchbook. Boy howdy. That's a challenge. You think, don't be afraid of a sketchbook or fear of the blank page. Ha. Yeah. So that's what's been going on here too. Much more pictures. Oh, my biggest dream, licensing my art, because that way people can afford it at any price point. And I noticed a lot of the artists I admire use a red, it's a 2-ended pencil, one side's red, one side's blue, and they use that for their preliminary sketches, so I found mine, old pencils from my grandpa, and I started doing that in addition to everything else. Sometimes I just like the feel of the graphite on the paper. Sometimes I need a marker. I wish I could find a flare pen, the hard black ones, that was waterproof, because that pen is the perfect pen, but it's not waterproof. So I have all these other pens trying to find something comparable. And this is called asemic writing, which I learned after I had been doing it in my sketchbook for a while. And it looks like writing, but it doesn't say anything, and it's very satisfying to me. I remember before I knew how to write, I would write stories. They weren't quite this sophisticated with the line motions, but I feel that little kid in me saying, oh, this is what I was looking for the whole time. The whole time. Mrs. Doubtfire's still pretty good movie. Some stickers from my friend Sarah Trump. She's Wonder Strumpet on Etsy. This one's waiting for something. It's probably done because basically the sketchbook's done, but I went over the paint with some gesso and then I drew into it with the tip of a brush. And my handsome tiger man, because I saw him in the shapes, and in this one I saw this. I know there's an animal that kind of looks like this, but I can't remember its name. I believe it's from South America, but it's kind of elephant, aardvark, kitty cat, and talking to the bee. More black and white, colored pencil. More pencil, more black and white. Oh, I love her. I've done a couple of iterations of her too. I like the dress and the way feels like she's creating from the elements. Good boy. Love you. I don't know what that is. A shoe? A monolith? Ah! It's not me. I didn't do it, I swear. I don't have an airplane to do that monolith that's been traveling around the world. Some marker play and then outlining it with the black pen. More colored pencil work. Little crabby man. Elephant who I really liked and wanted to be in here, and I didn't get to the rest of it because I didn't want to mess it up. Somebody made these wonderful in their fashion show with the face coverings. Again, irony, because I believe we're getting to later in 2019. Who knew masks were coming, right? Lady holding a fish. Cat and fish are friends. Little dots. And I like running the ink out till you get the dry brush effect. More people. Heads are easier than bodies, y'all. That's why mostly you see heads. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's my list of colors I already have. So I can't tell you how many times I've bought the same blue or something. Artist Way prompts. Oh, and I think that is it. Anything in here? No, nothing I want to share. And my Art Snack sticker. So thank you for putting up with my first video. And I'm so excited because now I have a ring light and this is 2021, y'all. I'm going to have more videos. Have a great day. I love you guys. Bye.